What's up? What's up? We are back at it for, I think it's episode 22, 23 of the Slightly Unqualified podcast. We are a buck short, but just the best.
Dynamic duo
Yeah,
tonight.
just the best has
Just the
made it.
two of us.
Like the cream rises to the top. I hope he's watching this. Hey, if you are watching this, Matt, I hope you get better, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks. Kind of took me out too. But besides that, how's the week gone, man, since the last episode? What have you been watching, dropping, copping, grubbing on? What you been doing?
This week's been good. Went camping over the weekend. That was fun.
Ooh, where'd you go?
And then just up to Payson, like the strawberry area. And then just been working and playing a lot of Zelda. Lots of Tears of the Kingdom.
How far into it are you?
I'm not really sure. I'm maybe halfway. I haven't been really trying to rush it.
Oh yeah, I do. I was watching some guy speed run it. He did it in I think it was 2.5 hours or 3 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because a lot of the main quests you don't necessarily have to do.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good so far. I think I was telling Matt, I think this would be a game that he would like just because of the building aspect of it. He's really into that. And so some of the stuff that you can build is really cool. And there's unique ways to solve puzzles. My personal favorite is they have a rewind mechanic.
Oh,
so yeah, so a lot of times if there's just a plank of wood, you can grab the plank of wood and you can push it far away, and hopefully it's far enough to where it gets you where you're trying to go. Yeah, and you can bring it back, then you can rewind and jump on it, and basically it has hey, there he is.
There he is. He's not dead.
He's alive.
He's not dead.
But it's pretty cool. I like it so far.
Yeah, I was watching this dude make a mech suit, and he was on top of the mech, and it was just walking around. I was like, dude, that's fire. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's rewind it back to this Payson trip. What's some of the staples for first off, did you guys get a cabin or did you guys do tent?
So we did more of a day trip. So we left at 5:30 in the morning and then got home at 10:30. Just because my kids are still pretty young. But we just found a spot off the highway and did a little off-roading, found a nice little cozy, quiet spot and just set up camp.
Oh, there you go.
Had a tent. It was my buddy. He came with us too. So it was him, his wife, his kids, and then me, my wife, and my kids, and just bought a whole bunch of food and relaxed and got out of the heat, and it was good. Good times.
Yeah. What is it? So what's a staple for what do you bring on a camping trip? What's the meal?
Yeah. Definitely. We always bring some form of bratwurst or sausage just to cook over the fire. That's always a big staple. My buddy's a big cook, so he brought a blacktop grill that was propane powered, and he made smash burgers that were super good. So
dude, smash burgers are on point. The first time I to toot my horn, the big toots, the first time I did the Grand Canyon, we went hiking and stuff, I was thinking lighter.
Mm-hmm.
You watch all these YouTube videos and you watch all the people's
reviews.
You got to pack light, So I found the smallest meals. They just happen to be Andrew would say sausage. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? So I picked these meals up, these mountain meals, and dude, they were delicious, dude. But bro, talk about using the restroom, it was just a struggle, bro. I was praying to the camping gods. I was like, come on, man.
Was it you heat up water and you add it to it, and then I did have a soup a couple times, and that's what we brought.
Yeah, man. So I the next time we went, I had to get I went a little above and beyond and picked up some higher end ones, and they were just yeah, that you're not gonna have that problem with these. Hard part about it that it was so good that I was this is 2 portions, and I was
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh yeah, and I would just grub the whole thing, but I was nah, whatever. But I digress. That's dope, man. I want to go camp and take my boys pretty soon. We called glamping up in Williams, where you can rent an RV up there. I think it's Williams or one of the two.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun. My boys get their fix, I get my fix. It's kind of chill. But all right, so back to the Switch. So you're playing Zelda. Did you happen to get a chance to go over, or oh no, because it was on Wednesday, the showcase?
The Sony one.
Yeah, the Sony one.
I did.
So, what are your thoughts on Sony's 2-year in the waiting showcase that they dropped? What was your thoughts on that one?
I'll start with highlights. I don't want to be ultra negative.
Yeah, there were some highlights.
The Spider-Man game looked really cool. I'm glad that they saved that for last. I think the trailer opened up with a little bit of Craven, so that was pretty cool. And then I really like how it seems like, I don't know if it's fully true, but did you, when you were young, did you watch the Spider-Man the animated TV show?
Yeah.
It sounds like that's the same voice actor.
I didn't even think about that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like if you go back and you watch it, like listen, it sounds like it's the same voice actor, and especially like it brought me back because some of my favorite cartoon Spider-Man is the symbiote part.
Those episodes are
fire, and so dude. Then obviously you have like a symbiote, Venom's coming into play, but it's also pretty cool because he looks more like Alien, like Black Suit Spider-Man. Yeah. It just got
it's not like a whole suit. It looked like there was like plates and like, and then at times when he moved, you could see it kind of like ripple, and it was like, oh, that's dope, dude. You know, that's pretty sick.
Oh, interesting.
The dude that voiced. Okay, that's interesting. So do you think like they were saying, like some of the IGN guys and the reporters were saying that you get the symbiote suit so early in the game? I'm pretty sure they're not going to release how you get it, but do you think it's going to be where Miles fights Peter? You know what I
mean? That's a good thought. I didn't think about that because obviously the gameplay we saw is they're going together, but that could be like a cool aspect to where, again, this is where we get into trouble because we start like, well, this would be cool. But it would be cool if like you had the choice of picking who you want to play at, and maybe Black Suit Spider-Man starts to go down a little bit darker path, and Miles goes down like the higher road, and then it converges where they have to fight. That would be cool for like replayability because you could see like the different perspectives.
That would be dope.
But yeah, I think that would be cool. So Spider-Man definitely a highlight. I don't know if this was like a thing, but it felt like there was a lot of like indie artsy games.
A lot of like,
them. Okay. Like, I feel like that there's a place for that with Nintendo because that's just like always been like Nintendo's thing. But it felt kind of weird coming from Sony. Like Sony will do the artsy games for like demos, but it's more so to show off like a hardware. So like when the PS5 and the DualShock 5 controller came out, they were showing off like the adaptive. I don't even know if that's right. The adaptive triggers or whatever they call it. But I just felt like it was very
adaptive
artsy.
Feedback, I think it's what it is.
Something like
feedback.
That.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I thought they did overall. I think the showcase was a good solid B+. There was no like hardcore letdowns. I just think that people were salivating for more because Sony's been so quiet that it did feel like a little bit of a disappointment. I think they put a little too much emphasis on thinking people were going to go crazy for Snake Eater and Metal Gear. And there is a certain group of people who love those games. They're really good games, but like I said, there's a selective group that follows that game. I think they let everybody down with the non-co-op Spider-Man. I think they should have came heavy in the paint with that. And I know they're not doing a co-op, but that's what sucks. The only thing I was disappointed in is I wanted to see some information on the Last of Us game that's coming out from. I think it was Naughty Dog. I guess it got pushed back. Yeah, they make a good game, man, and they make back to looks. Did you see Miles Morales? I think it's Miles going underneath the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, tell me if I did not try to pre-order the Spider-Man PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
I
just
tried.
the overall
I think it was
gameplay
beautiful.
of just like bouncing between, and I can't remember. Did they say that was actual gameplay or was that just engine?
No, they're saying that was gameplay.
Okay.
And then the engine cut scenes is more when he gets on top of the boat and you can see like his spider senses. That was more of a cut. But man, that game it jaw dropped. And I watched it on an iPhone. When I got home, I had to put it on my big TV because I really wanted to see it. And man, it's still
good.
It's still, yeah. It was a good showcase. I just think they came very lackluster. It didn't seem like they were shooting it out like this is what we're dropping. It just looked like here's all the stuff we have, and it's not exclusive to PlayStation. And here, you know what I mean? So let's get to a little bit of it. The PSP or the iCloud Q. Tell me your thoughts before I field goal punt the shit out of that thing. So tell me what you think.
I wish Mateus was here so I could look him square in the eyes and say that is no competitor of the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch
we wasted
already
a good 40 minutes arguing about that like 2 weeks ago.
There's going to be zero competition between that. The closest thing I can think of is maybe it's like the first gen version of the Switch to where it's more like a Nintendo Wii U, I mean. Because honestly, like, as they announced it, I just thought, like, in what world does somebody need this thing? And Sony's always been a premium product, so it's not going to be cheap. But if I'm an Xbox person and I want to do the same thing, I could buy a cheap Samsung tablet, $150. Xbox controllers, what, $50-$60? Yeah. And I could do the same thing with streaming games. But I can't imagine this thing's going to be less than $400, maybe $350. I would guess $350, $400.
You think it's going to be $350?
It's Sony. Like, Sony's never made something that's like cheap.
So they just released the PlayStation Backbone for Android. I can't see myself. I can't see this thing being more than $200. If it's over $200, it's not even close to being worth it. $150, maybe I could see that those PlayStation fanboys who go and buy everything that has PlayStation. But right now, for $100, you can buy the PlayStation Jawbone or the Kishi and put your phone in it, have a computer in your hand, and play. Versus, so I have a quick question: does PlayStation have the same thing as Xbox has with Game Pass? Like, can I download Game Pass to my phone if I don't have an Xbox and just pay for the Game Pass and then play games through the cloud?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Matt, pipe in with your quick type in chat fingers. Neither one of us are PlayStation experts.
So my buddy plays his PlayStation in his bedroom when his wife's working. And he's like, I'm not buying this. This is stupid. Like, I want to be able to leave my house and play a game. Oh, the question was, if I have Xbox Live Ultimate with Game Pass, do I have to have an Xbox to stream games on the cloud? That's the question.
No.
And the question, no, I want to know that question. And then, do you have to have a PlayStation? Because I know with the new handheld, you have to have a PlayStation. So look at it, you don't need an Xbox to play.
Xbox, you don't need one.
But PlayStation, you do. That is ridiculous, dude. You have to have a PlayStation to use this thing.
So I think you have to have a PlayStation, and I think it piggybacks off of the PlayStation 5.
That's ridiculous, dude. Yeah, so yeah, you need to have Play, and you have to have a PlayStation. That right there is shooting themselves in the foot. That's who the hell is gonna Like,
so let's talk about scenarios. What is the scenario?
Oh, and you have to leave the PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what I'm
on.
saying. Is it piggybacks off of it? It's piggybacking off of it. So what's the scenario that one, somebody uses this thing because it's not, I don't believe it's OLED. I think it's just a regular LCD.
Yeah.
So it's not great in terms of screen quality. You got to have your PlayStation on. It's got to be on Wi-Fi.
That's ridiculous.
Why not just play on the TV at that point?
Also, too, why not just grab? Say this thing's $299, right? Let's be two. That's almost the price of a PlayStation 5. Almost the price of a PlayStation. Why don't you just buy another PlayStation 5 and put it in the other room?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's crazy. Or you could go get a used Backbone or a brand new one, or the Razer Kishi 2 or whatever, and $75 to $100 on a good day. You can find it for about $80. They're really good devices. I use mine all the time, and then be able to play wherever the hell you want on cell service. Like that, I think they're shooting themselves in the foot, like, dramatically with this thing. I think it was a cash grab. I think they were trying to fulfill a niche that maybe would have been interesting 3 years ago, maybe 4.
It's just interesting that so the vibe that I got when they're showcasing this is they want a companion device for PlayStation 5. But I think what the community is wanting is the ability to play games without the quality, but more so on the go. So I think we talked about that last time, that Matt said he was willing to sacrifice quality or frames or maybe even resolution to be able to play some of these games on the go. And that's kind of what you got with the PlayStation or the PSP or the Vita, where it was close. Like, some of it was good, but it wasn't like, oh man, this is like 4K, 60 frames, 100 frames, 120 hertz. Like, I don't think that's what the community's wanting. And I just feel like they went with, oh, we could put really good hardware in your hands at the expense of not being able to go anywhere with it other than Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Yeah, and that is a good point. It's just, I feel like I was just gonna say that Microsoft is coming with a plethora of years behind them when it comes to this cloud coming to tech, where Sony is, they are behind, but I just think they maybe put their ducks in the wrong pond. I don't know what you would say. It's just, this would have been cool during, like, early in the pandemic. I think this would have sold. But the fact that it's like, we have this on our cell phones. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like we don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what would at what price would you buy one if you had a PlayStation?
I mean, that's hard. Like, so you have a controller. Controllers are what, $70?
Yeah.
And you have a screen, $100, 150 to $170. But again, I would be shocked if it wasn't $300 or more dollars. Just based on Sony's rep of this is we usually want to provide a premium. But the other thing too is, like, looking at it, I think it looks freaking weird. Like, the controller split in half with just like a tablet in it. Like, again, I'm not $20. Yeah. I doubt it's gonna be less than $20 or $20.
So there's a couple sources right now that are kind of like ballparking what they think the price is going to be in their prediction, and they're saying it's trying to compete with the G Cloud, the Logitech G Cloud, because that's like the newer handheld.
Isn't that thing?
That thing is $350, but you could find it some places for $299. So they're saying that the Sony's gonna be marketable around $200. So let's give it to Sony, and it's gonna say Sony usually doesn't do like 250. They're gonna go 200 or 300. I can easily see it going 299.
300, 350. Here's what I think. I think it'll retail MSRP is going to be $349.99, and then you're going to see this thing on sale all the time down to $279 to $200 or $299, and it'll be like, oh well, that's the sale price just to get people to buy it, but it's going to be like it's not even worth $150.
That's crazy, man.
But again, I've never been
weird looking.
Yeah, I've never been like a fanboy of the PlayStation DualShock. Like for me, the sticks always seem like they're in a weird place. Like I'm looking at it, but that just feels weak. That just looks not ergonomical at all. But I could be wrong. At this point, let Microsoft acquire Activision.
I know, right? We wouldn't have this. I think it was rushed, dude. I think they had this in the pipeline, and it was just like we got to come out with something new, and like just like the VR for the PlayStation, you have no game-breaking titles. You're coming out with Resident Evil like remastered that came out on the Quest like almost a year ago. Every game that they're talking about that's been on the Quest for years already, so they're not coming with anything like groundbreaking. But yet that thing costs almost $200 more than I think the PlayStation 5. So for $1,000 I could just go buy a Quest for $300 and not have to have a PlayStation. You know what I mean? That's crazy, dude. I think PlayStation is just they're swinging for the fences and hopefully like maybe people will buy it. But I think this is going to be a massive flop. This right here, 5 years, 3 years from now, you're going to see this on one of those tech that didn't work, you know what I mean? And it just like it's gonna be the new like Palm Pilot. It worked. It was cool for like 6 minutes, and then it was like.
Well, I just hope in general, like all these handheld that are cloud based, get this crap out of here. Like this is not what we want. It's like from my experience. Okay, so Steam's got Steam Link, and that's a app that you can download on Smart TV.
Yeah.
But it's not good. It's so laggy and like the input lag is horrible. Like I don't find it enjoyable to play games like that. And that's why I still think and not going to be shaking this opinion anytime soon that the Switch still has this market in lockdown. And again, they're not competing for the most high-tech, best graphics, get best frames per second. They're giving you the freedom to take it wherever you want, to plug in. You don't have to have Wi-Fi if you don't need it.
Dude, if PlayStation, so right here, if PlayStation was like at launch, almost every game on PlayStation 2 is going to be in the PlayStation mobile store where you can go and download it into your queue or whatever the hell it's called. Dude, that might get me to buy it. You know what I mean? Because if I could play some OG PlayStation 2 games on the go, that's pretty cool. I think it's dope.
Yeah, but like start with the retro games. Like
the fact that I have to go and buy a PlayStation 5 first, get that out of here, dude. You're it's a money grab, dude. You're trying to rob us. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like if PlayStation was about that life, come with the new PSP and let's get this popping. I have a PSP in my pocket, dude. Like if I really wanted to go that route, I go buy an older Samsung device, jailbreak it or whatever you do with Samsungs, because I'm an iPhone guy. Put some ROMs on it and I'm good. And then connect it to the backbone or the Kishi and I'm gravy. You know what I mean? But if you can pay $10 a month and I could buy this one thing for $200 and it has a pretty nice screen and a dope controller, and I could just pay $5 to get that put on the system or $10 a month, that's more appealing. I might buy that to play NFL Blitz. That'd be dope if you could play NFL Blitz. But you know what I mean? Like an older Tony Hawk or a Crash Bandicoot. Ratchet and Clank, yeah, dude, I'm in. But it's like, hey, you want to go sit in the bathroom while you're taking a crap and play mobile? Buy a $500 system, honestly, and then like what?
So I asked it earlier, like, what are the scenarios that people are going to use this for? And that's a perfect one. Oh, I'm playing my game. I got to take a dump.
Pause.
I'll take it with me. Or you have a kid who plays PlayStation on the living room TV. Little Johnny, it's time for you to go. Dad needs to watch his football game. Oh, I'm playing my game. Okay, little Johnny gets to take this stupid thing and go play it somewhere else.
But like, for $200, $300, no, little Johnny, pick up stick, brother. Like, go do some push-ups. I'm not buying that for $200, dude. It's $300. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's more like $800 because you got to buy the PlayStation 5 too.
All right, last rant on it. Yay or nay? You think it's a flop or you think it's a cop? What do you think it is? You think it's gonna sell?
Flop.
I'm flopping too, man. I'm a hard flop on this.
I don't think I've seen any of like. Okay, so handheld realm, you have the Switch.
Sly Cooper's fire. I love that game. Such a good game. Slept on.
You have the Steam Deck, which again is more of like a handheld PC. All these other ones,
I know, Matt.
Not pushing any sales. Like the Logitech one, garbage. Asus one, garbage. Like
I think I've seen the Stream Deck in the wild probably twice.
Yeah,
I think I saw some dude who was like way too young to have a Stream Deck.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not Stream Deck. Is it called Stream Deck?
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. I think he was way too young to have a Steam Deck. And then one dude who I feel like he stole it and was just like looking at it like he had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like I can break that thing. I feel like I'm going to go log on to Facebook and it's just going to give me every virus you could possibly think of. And then that thing's broken. But whatever. Anything else out of the PlayStation showcase that wowed you or kind of like just took a dump?
The only other thing I could think of was there was like that. Was it the Samurai game that kind of came out of nowhere?
Yes, that looks
pretty cool.
Yeah, that was it for me.
Yeah, when you know you're going somewhere and you'll have a connection. Yeah, but to your point, you're gonna leave your Xbox on, or I mean your PlayStation on. For let's say you're going on vacation. You're gonna leave your PlayStation on for a week just to be able to play. Trash.
So you're a Lord of the Rings fan. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. I feel like everybody should be a Lord of the Rings fan. Totally. I don't know why people are not. That's kind of weird. I don't trust those kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
Golem. Did you hear about the game Golem coming out? Did you see that it got leaked on YouTube? The whole gameplay.
The whole game.
The whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Metacritic has it right now at a 40 as just the worst game. Redfall, that vampire game, is technically beating this game on Metacritic right now. I feel so bad because I think this game could have had so much potential. And then I start to think, who is asking for a Golem game?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm excited because it's Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, Lord of the Rings. And then it's like, it's a Golem game. That nobody is. I've never seen one person at Hot Topic going, man, wouldn't it be dope if Golem just got his own movie? It's like, no, like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you making this game? Like, trash, dude.
Yeah. I don't understand who's asking for something like this. The idea is cool, but I don't feel like you have to do it with Lord of the Rings. Like, this could be any other game. Like, it could be a non-franchised game, and it would be self-sufficient. I think you almost add a little bit of hindrance because you slap the Lord of the Rings name on it. Because when I think of something like Lord of the Rings, it's typically pretty good quality. Even their movie games were pretty decent. Like, wasn't like anything spectacular.
I do want to talk about that.
It was pretty fun. But it looks whack too. Like the more dark side you go, the more like Gollum comes out, the more light side you go, the more Schmeagol comes out.
Yeah. But like, who cares?
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this pissed me off as much as that stupid cat game when people were like, the cat game's coming to Xbox. I was like, who gives a shit about a random cat? Like, unless the cat was like secretly a transformer that like saved somebody at the end of this game. Why? What? I feel like a person who plays Stray is people who drink coffee black in little tiny cups. Like, those people, I don't like you. You know what I mean? I hate those people. I hate those people who carry books too. When they walk around, they go like, they carry a book.
Look at me,
like,
I read.
I'm reading fundamentals. Like, come on, man. You have a phone that's 8x8. Like, you don't need to carry this book around. And Andrew is gone, but I think he got himself kicked off. But yeah, this was terrible. What happened, Andrew?
No idea. I think I hit something.
Yeah, I think you did too. I think you were like telling your wife, throw away your book. He's going to talk crap.
But get the books out of here.
Get them out of here. We're burning it all down. No, but dude, this game was like cool at first. And then I started to think and I was like, this is going to pull me into a rant, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, I think it is. So before I go into my rant, though, I do want to talk about that Marathon game. Did you see that game? Dude, check out Marathon, and I'm going to give you my rant as you're checking that game out. Thanks, Joe, for that. That was a good – I wanted to bring that up. It looks really good. I hope it goes to Xbox or PC. I think it's coming to PC, but I don't think it's going to Xbox. My rant is did they try to bank on the fandom of Lord of the Rings backing up this game because of Lord of the Rings being attached to it?
Mm-hmm.
Because
I think so.
I feel like they're doing that more and more with just stuff that's like nobody is asking for this.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you using a title to sell something when it has nothing to do with the product that you're giving me? Like when it comes to movies, and then these games
that are just simple.
Why is that?
You have games like Jedi Fallen Order, that expands on the lore, does great. You have games like Hogwarts Legacy, expands on the lore, does great. So they think, okay, people like these franchise games, but Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor are great because the people that made them made good games. Hogwarts Legacy is a good game. Yeah, I bought it with that. I pre-ordered it because I was a Harry Potter fan. But I play it and continuously play it because it's good. Like,
yeah, it's a really good game. But like, there's definitely things like before we get.
Is there a John Wick game coming up?
So John Wick 5 got announced, and they're talking about the universe. So like with like, I know Matt's gonna go crazy right here. So get ready. Matt might try to phone in because I'm gonna bring this up. So
talk.
I don't care. I hope he tries. And then he has to put that little thing next to him, and he's all Order 66. You know what I mean? Anyways, oh, they did announce a John Wick game. My bad. I just saw the John Wick 5 being announced. So I'm sitting there looking over the new phase for Marvel, and I see, is it Secret Wars coming out? And Secret Wars is with the Skrulls, and I'm thinking, how many Skrulls are there going to be in this movie? Are they going to do the Civil War Part 2, or are they just bring in 7 people and say it's the Civil War? And Secret Wars is going to be like 2 Skrulls.
TV show, right?
No, I think it's a movie.
I thought it was a TV show.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a show. Okay, it's a show. But how, like, are they going to rob us with this? Oh, Secret Invasion. Are they going to rob us with this, like, 2 people were Skrulls this whole time? And that's it? You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be like, yeah, that chick from WandaVision who was in the background, she was a Skrull. And then one maybe a side character was a Skrull. It's like, if you read the comics, it was intense. There was a whole bunch of people going at it, and like, I feel like they're gonna give us 3, 2, you know what I mean? And they're just gonna use that name for us to be so invested and it's just gonna like I don't want it to fall flat, but I feel like it's gonna fall flat. Like that's my. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they already kind of did this a little bit with Far From Home. No, yeah, Far From Home.
Yeah,
because at the end they revealed that the Nick Fury that we saw wasn't actually Nick Fury, and that he was up in space or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's a tricky scenario. Again, I don't think that there's been I don't see that Marvel is on like a steady decline. Like, yeah, there's been some movies that haven't been great, but it's not like every single thing has been horrible. I'm a little bit more biased. I think it's Phase 4 hasn't been as bad in my opinion as others perceive. But I think it's a tricky thing. I think it's depending on who they get. I think it's a great opportunity for cameos to come up. I think
definitely.
Back to Thor: The Dark World, you have some of the funniest cameos from Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Just Chris Evans, like being Loki, being Captain America. Like, that was so funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
But I think you have an opportunity to do something like that and capture
I just want them. I just want there to be a sense of danger and not like that guy was over there and that guy was over there and now we're all good. We found him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like they're gonna like I went back and started reading some of the comics, mm-hmm. and dude, it was intense when they found out that Elektra was a Skrull. It was like everybody's jaw dropped, and they were just like, "What the hell?" And then when Reed Richards finds out how to test to find out who's a Skrull, and Hank Pym just blasts him with that shockwave, and he just turns to like jelly. I was like, dude, it's fire. Mm-hmm. But are they going to make Hank Pym a Skrull? Well, you know what I mean? Like how are they going to do something that significant? You know what I mean? In a TV show, like that's my question is like, how are they going to capture the feeling of, oh my gosh, this whole time? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't feel like they can because the big three are gone. I feel like I'm still trying to find out who's the new Avengers. You know what I mean? Who is the team? Like, but those are some of the things that I'm like, okay, the big bad, King the Conqueror, he just got his ass beat by Ant-Man. You know what I mean? Like he looked like
Wasp.
A badass.
Don't forget the Wasp.
And the Wasp. And I get that. I get it. But at the same time, I feel like I just feel like I'm not scared. You know what I mean? Like when you saw Thanos, you were just like, something's going to happen. You know, I can't wait for the big bad to show up. Mm-hmm. King is scary, don't get me wrong. But like, dog, Ant-Man beat him. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I could beat Ant-Man. You know what I mean? Like I don't know where they're going. And I feel like now they're using titles to get people in the seats.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm not standing for it. I'm not going to spend any more of my money. I'm deleting everything. No, I'm just kidding. I'm probably still going to go and still try to watch it, but I'm just, you know what I mean? It's so awesome not having Matthew here to like get in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I just don't click on his comment and nobody sees it. You know what I mean? Like I love this.
Yeah, that's true though.
It is true. He probably does have a point, but this is my rant.
Here's a thought that I've come to know. So Civil War definitely was like, we're going to use the name to get people to go. Civil War wasn't a bad movie.
But it wasn't a good movie.
Though. No. Wasn't great. This I feel like I'll watch it, but I'm not expecting anything from Secret Wars to be in Secret Invasion. Just because I was hoping for so much more out of Civil War. Like,
definitely.
If Civil War would have had one death,
dude, or a broken back or something,
would have been great. All we got was Brody.
Yeah, I agree with Matt.
Brody can't walk. That's it.
Couldn't walk anyways. You know what I mean? He probably got hurt during the service. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a minuscule character. Like, give us like a shocking death. Like,
kill Hawkeye. You know what I mean? The guy who shoots arrows at superheroes or super bad guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just felt like they used the name and it really kind of pissed me off. And I'm like, man, like, yeah, whatever. So let's get off of that topic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get off of that topic. But besides that, is there anything coming out that you're waiting to watch movies wise?
I'm very interested in. We talked about it a little bit. I believe maybe it was after. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But Indy 5. So Indiana Jones 5.
Oh,
the Dial of Destiny.
Dude, you're telling me you're into that?
No, I'm curious.
Okay, you're not into it. Okay. Okay.
I like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, me too. I'm an indie fan. I'm an indie fan.
But I've been reading some articles like Kathleen Kennedy's.
Oh my gosh!
On the line
yes,
with this.
Let's bash her because Matthew is not here. He cannot get in our face. We are not Kathleen Kennedy fans.
I don't think he likes Kathleen Kennedy though either.
He always sticks up for her though. It's like he got a crush or something.
Look at him. It looks good to me.
It looks good to me. Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy. He told you. He's like the president of her fan club.
No. So here's my take on it.
Tell us.
If these reports that I've read that Kathleen Kennedy's job is on the line, and if Indiana Jones 5 is a flop, she's out sooner rather than later.
Oh, we should just start petitioning now to not watch Indiana Jones.
Okay, so that's part of it. So for the amount of people that hate Kathleen Kennedy, done. We're all ready to sacrifice going and not watching the Dial of Destiny. We did it with Solo. Nobody watched Solo because of how bad they were at The Last Jedi.
Solo was terrible, bro. Yeah, dude, I'm not watching.
The thing is, Solo really isn't that bad. Like,
no, it's a terrible movie. I get what you're doing. I get what you're doing, but it's a terrible movie.
It's not that bad.
Go rewatch it. There's like key parts that are good. Everything else is just like.
No, that's Kenobi.
Oh, do not say Kenobi was way better.
Kenobi was terrible.
Solo. Oh my gosh, you're
telling me watching those grown men chase a 10-year-old and getting stuck behind a tree and not catching a 10-year-old is good?
Yeah.
No. You're outside.
I would rather watch Obi-Wan Kenobi 100 times compared to Solo 5 times.
So one of the things that I appreciated about Solo was the switch at the end. The bait and switch that they have where you think that what's his face is going to betray him and they're actually duping on the actual main villain. Like,
yeah.
That was good. I like it.
Andor is good, but
Andor.
Matt, when are you coming back? This guy's freaking driving me nuts over here with this. No, Andor was good. I think Andor was all right.
Andor was a good like espionage. Like trying to think, heisty's not the right word, but it didn't feel like Star Wars. It felt like something else. Star Wars. It
felt like something we needed, but nobody really. I don't want to say we didn't want it. It was something nobody really was looking for, so it kind of caught everybody off guard. And it didn't give us the Star Wars, but it gave us a story in the Star Wars world. It's as weird as that sounds.
If you think about Andor is a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off. And it's not even the main character of the spin-off of a spin-off. So it's a spin-off of not the main character of Rogue One that was a spin-off of a plot that people wanted to know how it happened. Like, man. I don't know. I don't get started on that. I finished Andor.
Really?
Mm-mm.
So okay. So you're saying Indiana Jones. So what got you hyped on Indiana Jones?
Oh, I'm not hyped on it.
It's just the Kathleen Kennedy thing.
No, I find it interesting that you have somebody whose job is on the line And
I'm not watching it now. Now that you said that, I'm not going to support it.
There has been zero marketing. I haven't seen like an ad. I haven't seen like, I've seen a trailer. I think there's 2 trailers.
I think I saw a trailer like maybe a year ago, half a year ago or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like this movie comes out next week. Like I'm pretty sure it's next week.
Whoa! It comes out next week. I thought it was like a couple weeks from now. I thought it was like
I'm pretty sure it's June
July.
5th. Let me look.
Dang,
and see.
Dude.
When does this come out?
Movies.
No, June 30th. Okay, June 30th.
Okay, so that's about a month, but still the push on this.
But still, like, I feel like Indiana Jones should have like a big marketing campaign, and there's been like nothing.
Yeah.
No, I don't want lightsabers every time.
No, I don't want either. No, I could take it or leave it.
So
with the lightsaber thing.
We're gonna talk about this briefly, just because you brought it up. My beef with Andor is it started off really dark and gritty, and then it fell into the Disney trap of being not dark and gritty.
Yeah.
Like the first episode, chef's kiss. Like you got this guy, he's looking for his sister in a brothel. Like that's not Star Wars, and I'm all for it. He ends up with these 2 guys. He's got to kill them. Like it was great, and then it was like, oh,
I was just gonna bring that up.
Happy, like.
It kind of was like the reverse rule of an adult film where you walk into it and you're just like, where's this going? And then you're like, oh my gosh, this was like, oh my gosh. And then what the hell happened to this story? Like, it just got PG-13 real quick in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so did you watch Fast and the Furious?
Nope.
What's the last Fast and the Furious you've watched?
Okay, so about a year ago, I was trying to get into Fast and the Furious. And probably up until then, the last Fast and Furious I had seen would have been Tokyo Drift.
The best one out of all of them.
It was good. I like Tokyo Drift.
I love Tokyo Drift. People hate on Tokyo Drift, and they can kiss my ass. Little Bow Wow killed it in Tokyo Drift.
So then I watched 4 is
Matt's about to go
Fast
crazy
and Furious.
4, yeah.
Fast and Furious, and then I saw Fast 5, Fast and the Furious 6. I think I stopped at 7. I think I just like I'm tapping out. I gotta find
the storylines because I think I watched the one where Vin Diesel goes, y'all hate Solo, but love Tokyo Drift.
I like Solo. Hey, I said I like Solo. Like he doesn't like Solo.
Solo was whack. I thought it was the only cool thing is Chewbacca came out. That was the only cool thing about it. Just that's how you met Chewbacca. I watched the one where the last one I watched was where Vin Diesel goes, we're in Brazil. That's the last one I've seen. I don't remember which one that is. I think it was Fast 4, Fast 5. I don't remember, but
it might have been
was
Fast
just
5.
I think it's Fast 5. I just didn't care for him, dude. I just wasn't my cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch Tokyo Drift. It was okay. It was pretty cool. Nothing crazy.
I like Tokyo Drift.
I like number 2 because it made me laugh. Tyrese, the first time Tyrese being in it, Paul Walker, hilarious. After I think it's just 3 or 4, I was done. It was just good. It was just I'm out. Tokyo Drift was such a good movie. I forgot the plot point. Cause that is true. I don't remember the plot point at all. For $1 million, I couldn't tell you. Speaking about random ass movies, I've been trying to get. I know this is going to be weird, and my buddy Joe is in here. If he's still in this chat or watching the stream, please forgive me. I wanted to start watching some of the older horror movies, like The Scream. What's the one where the people can see, like, we're in Brazil, 7 guns out of nowhere. Oh yeah, right. What's the one where the guy can see Final Destination, where he can see like how they're all gonna die?
Yeah.
So I was like, I wanted to go back and start watching some horror movies because I feel like I like the monster horror movies, but I don't really get into like the serial killer Scream. I know what you did last summer kind of movies. I don't really care for them. But I want, the slasher. I like the Freddy, Jason. Those ones are cool. The Chucky, I like those guys. The Michael Myers. But man, I started thinking about how stupid these movies were. Like, nobody had a gun. You know what I mean? Like, during the Scream movies, I was like, you couldn't get away from this guy. Like I wanted to just, I started watching a couple and I like 15, 20 minutes into it. I was like, I don't understand.
Look, you're not watching horror movies for great plots. Like, nobody's winning an Oscar in a horror movie. You watch a horror movie because, one, you want to be scared. Two, you want to see some people just get chopped up and like some grotesque stuff. And that's okay. There's a time and a place for it. But it's not going to be great acting. But it better just shock and awe. And honestly, like the Final Destinations, terrible movies, but shock and awe, spot on. Like,
dude, those are pretty crazy. So I started going down like the Japanese, like South Korean horror movies, dude. Those ones, I don't know how the actors are not like going through Five Nights at Freddy trailer. Oh, I haven't watched the Five Nights at Freddy trailer. I saw it posted, but those Japanese ones are. I'm like, how are the actors not have mental problems? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, these things are freakishly scary, and thank God they're not speaking English because I have no idea what's going on, and I am terrified. I'm watching these with the lights on, dude. I'm like, but I want to get into them. I want to like them. I just feel like I would just shoot this guy and just call it a day. You know what I mean? Like, have you seen the video, the movie with Nicolas Cage where he goes into like a Chuck E. Cheese and he just like whoops the shit out of all these like animatronic like demon things? Have you seen that? Let me see if I can find the trailer real quick.
What's it called?
I don't know. It's Nicolas Cage. Called Joe, if you remember what it's called, I cannot remember what the movie's called. It's right here. It is called Willy's Wonderland. It's pretty intense. Watch.
I think you got muted.
Here.
Oh, there you go.
Welcome to Willy's Wonderland.
Can you hear
Spend the night cleaning Willy's Wonderland.
All right, cool.
I will pay to have
so this movie
face.
Is hilarious and really good.
Officially on staff.
And it's Nick Cage.
Get the hell out of here. I can't stand to hear a grown man scream.
This place has a dark history. I know the bullshit story they told you. It's a lie. You're here to be a human sacrifice. Have you been listening to a word I've been saying? He's gonna die in here, but he won't listen to me.
It's kind of funny.
Machine's got out. Nobody is safe. Put your balls on, Evan. We're going to Willy's.
He's not trapped in here with them. They're trapped in here with him.
No, it's such a good line.
It's your birthday, and we want you to have fun. It's your birthday, so let's party. It's birthday time.
I enjoy a man a few words.
I just love the filming of this movie. That one, it's Nick Cage. We just watched the whole trailer and he didn't say one word. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to get into some horror movies, man, and I think I'm so jaded with plot points and like stories that I cannot turn off my brain and just watch a horror movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's what you got to do, though.
It sucks. It sucks, but
yeah, like if you start down like the B, what do they call those movies?
B tier, B list.
Drawing a blank, but those movies, like, again, you're not watching it for
substance,
acting.
really.
Yeah, it's like the shock and awe is what you're looking for.
Yeah, like if you go back, like I didn't know this, but do you know that the Freddy versus Jason movie, like there's a documentary on that movie because of that movie, the Freddy versus Jason movie, the collaborations and like the genres coming together and movies intertwining is how like without that movie, there's a lot of movies that would have never have happened.
No Avengers.
Yeah, no Avengers, none of that, dude. It was crazy eye-opening that how they got that movie done and how that same application on how they did it applied to like the whole movie world. It makes you love that movie 10 times more, but then you watch the acting and you're just like, what the hell am I watching here? Pretty crazy though. All right. So that's all I had for news, man. I don't really didn't have it's kind of a besides the showcase. Xbox is right around the corner. No games right now that I'm really playing besides trying to finish up in Fortnite, finish up in Warzone. I haven't even had a chance to play that, to be honest. I got like a week left before the seasons are over. That's all I had, man. Did you have any games or anything you wanted to bring up?
No, we talked about Zelda. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is this weekend. So starting today already happened, but you have the European Rocket League second regional out of 3. And the last European one was like some of the best Rocket League I've seen in a long time. Like,
yeah, my boy's been wanting to play Rocket League, and I'm just not ready to start playing that game. He wants me to play with him, and I'm like, dude, I do not want to go down this rabbit hole of.
There's this kid who's like a prodigy who just started the last regional and his team won, but like this guy's lights out, just coming in as a 16-year-old, just better than everybody. And so it's been really cool to see him like just start to shine. Yeah. But if you're looking for something to watch, turn on some Rocket League this weekend. It's going to be nuts. The European scene is just absolutely bonkers right now.
Are they midway through season? Or are they at the end of it or beginning of it?
So the way that it works is there's 3 sets of regionals per basically you do 3 regionals, then you have an international LAN, then you do 3 regionals, international LAN, 3 regionals, international LAN, and then you have the world championship. This is the second regional of the last split. That's the word I was looking for. So after this one, there's the last one, and then it's the world championship. And it's basically like a circuit base where you earn points, and the top 5 from each region, well, from North America and from Europe, and then there's a couple others that come from different parts of the world to come compete at the world championship.
Yeah, that's the same thing with COD right now. COD's on its last major. I hope Matt's still in here because I'm going to twist the knife. His Optic Texas, they got owed, man. They 0-3 against the Florida Mutineers, I want to say. They showed up. And then today, my LA Thieves mopped Optic today, dude. Like, it was crazy because I've never seen Optic play like that. It was nuts, dude. Kenny and the boys, they showed up and they delivered you know what I mean? They gave it to them hard, dude. It was 3-0. I thought they were going to at least win that the first, I want to say it was hard point or control. No, it was hard point. But they play like dog crap. But yeah, I'm glad that happened because Champs is next month. Me and Matt are going to go up to Vegas to go watch Champs.
Yeah,
so that's going to be pretty fun. Yeah, I hope Thieves place up into like the higher end of the weekend, so I'm not just sitting there like sucks going out first round. But, if our team doesn't make it, I hope Matt's team does. That way, one of our teams is in the championship. It'd be cool to go against each other. But as long as one of our teams win, I'm cool with it. It's just I love watching it competitive. It's giving me a whole like new love for the game. It really has changed everything around for me. The last 2 weeks, my dad being sick and in the hospital and me getting sick, I just haven't been able to turn on my Xbox. And when I have, it's like, I got 15, 20 minutes. There's no way I could play or get invested. You know what I mean? But I'm going to try coming around.
Do what you got to do, brother.
Yeah, man. Hopefully this holiday Monday, I can find some time to get on and grind a little bit, maybe stream it. But besides that, man, that's all I had.
Yeah, we can switch over. I have a little bit of a game. Obviously,
Yeah, let's run it.
Basically,
let's run it.
House versus not house.
Yeah.
But so this is kind of the style of game that I like to find. I like to do some research to figure out who's who and what's what. So what I did this week was I realized that there was a famous person in a game a long time ago, and I was like, I wonder how many like famous actors actually do voice acting in games.
Yeah.
So I went down a rabbit hole of finding people, and right now I have a list about 20 people in semi-recent games. I tried not to go like too far back.
Yeah.
But semi-recent games that have big star actors. So the game is, I'm going to give you the actor, and if you can give me what game they were in, you get a point. And then if you can give me their character name, you can get a second point.
All right.
It'll start off kind of easy. I feel like these first couple are a little bit of a layup, so hopefully you know them.
Let's go.
The first one is Kit Harington, who is Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Can you give me a hint as a genre of game?
It is a game that we've talked about on this show.
Today?
Yes. Well, it's a franchise that we've talked about. We haven't specifically talked about this game, but we've talked about this particular game on other shows.
Damn. Can I get the console? Is it on PlayStation?
It's on Xbox? All of them.
Okay, so it's all of them. I'm going to say Final Fantasy?
Nope. It's a first-person shooter.
Call of Duty.
Yep.
There you go.
So Kit Harington was in Infinite Warfare. In the campaign, he was the evil admiral that you're fighting against. Salen Koch was his name.
That's him?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So then around the same lines is another little hint. You have Kevin Spacey.
I know he's in Call of Duty.
Yep.
Yeah. He plays like one of the big bads.
Yep. So he's in Advanced Warfare as Jonathan Irons. Keanu Reeves. This one's pretty easy too.
Yeah, it's gonna be Cyberpunk.
Yep.
Yeah. He's like
he plays Johnny. Norman Reedus, the guy from Walking Dead, Daryl.
Okay, yeah. He plays what's his face in that PlayStation game where he's carrying like a dead baby thing on his back.
Yep.
Yeah. He looks just like him.
Death Stranding. Yep.
Yeah.
This one's kind of a stretch. You might have played this game. I don't know though. Burt Reynolds. So he's the older actor.
I know who Burt Reynolds is.
Yeah.
And he played in I think it's a PlayStation game, right?
I think it's on all of them.
What's the genre?
Open world, crime.
Grand Theft Auto?
It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto. This is like the
is
ugly stepchild. No, but that's later.
That was close, right? Yeah.
This one's like the ugly stepchild of Grand Theft Auto.
Is it Mafia? No,
it's Saints Row.
Oh, I hate Saints Row.
Yeah, it's kind of like the ugly stepchild of Grand Theft Auto. This one's interesting. Kristen Bell. I forgot she was in this game.
Kristen Bell. How old's the game?
This one was Xbox 360.
Ooh, okay. Genre, do you know?
This one is trying to think.
I can't remember her voice from.
This one's like it's a third-person story game.
Third-person story. I have no idea. I can't even her voice isn't even coming into my head.
Yeah, so not only is her voice in here, but they modeled the character after her too. So if
you Mass Effect?
No, that's a good guess though. I'm pretty sure there's another Mass Effect on here, but this is Assassin's Creed.
She's in Assassin's Creed.
She's
the first one.
Yes, she's the girl that you talk to, like the main girl who helps you escape. So like if you,
oh, I do remember her.
So if you go back,
ponytail, doesn't she?
Yeah, if you go back and you look at it, you're like, that's Kristen Bell in a horrible graphics, but the character's modeled after her and everything. This one should be easy. So Willem Dafoe,
Spider-Man.
Yep, Spider-Man. He plays Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill, so good old Luke Skywalker.
He plays Joker in Batman Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, I knew you'd get
it's
that
like
one.
My favorite game of like all time.
Yep. Samuel L. Jackson. This one blew me away, and I was like, "There's no way! There's no way!"
Samuel Jackson. Is he the voice actor for Afro Samurai? No, not for Afro. Yeah, Afro Samurai. I don't know.
This is Officer Tenpenny from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Really?
Yeah, he's the villain cop.
San Andreas. That's crazy. Dude, I haven't played San Andreas in forever.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, man. I know that rapper plays the main character, Melee. He plays the main character. It's like CJ or whatever his name is.
We'll do a couple more. So these ones are the one. So this next one's the one that I was like, what? That's him? So Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. That's a short little dude, right?
No, he's the guy that plays Sirius Black.
Yeah, he's Sirius Black. Also, I know in a video game.
This one's gonna blow your mind.
So I know he's Gordon in Batman.
It's not Batman. This is like probably one of the most beloved characters of this franchise too.
I have no idea.
So Gary Oldman plays Victor Reznov from the Black Ops series.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know
Russian accent and everything.
Yeah, and all of them, like from the
all of them. He is Victor Reznov.
Isn't he in World at War 2? He's the same actor.
I think it's the same too.
Damn, that's
I think
impressive.
he was Victor Reznov the entire time. Okay, so this next one, same game, but it's Ice Cube.
Modern Warfare 3, isn't it?
No, it's still Black Ops.
He's in Black Ops?
He's Bowman.
Really?
Yeah, Ice Cube.
Is Bowman?
Yes. It's mind-blowing. Like, I want to go back and play it and be like, listen for their voices.
Yeah, dude. I didn't know that.
So yeah, like the Gary Oldman one like blew my mind.
I definitely wanted to go back and listen to that because
even if you just like look up videos of Victor Reznov, you'll be like, what? He has such a good Russian accent.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, last one. Liam Neeson. I don't know if you've ever played this game. I don't think we've ever talked about it, but it's a pretty popular game.
Liam Neeson, that's the dude from Taken. Literally plays a Jedi, God, everything. I don't know. What's the genre?
Genre is story-based, first-person, post-apocalyptic.
Fallout?
Yep. Fallout 3.
Who is he in Fallout?
He's Father James.
Why is he even in that game?
Right, I know. These are crazy.
I just found out that Logic, the rapper Logic, he's in Last of Us 2. That he's one of the characters you get like one of the Uzis from. I was on Instagram and he was talking about it like in a little clip, and I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. 50 Cent is in Modern Warfare 2. When you do the story, he's one of the guys right above you talking shit. Yeah, I thought that was cool. I had to like look it up. And then if you aim at him, it says like Sergeant Jackson or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's tight. You know what I mean? That's
there he is.
Yeah. So what is your favorite, and if Joe's still in here, and maybe he can back me up on this one, what's your favorite Easter egg you've ever found in a game that you were just like, what the? Why is this in here?
Favorite Easter egg.
I just saw the one where on the Last Jedi Survivor one. Did you see the one where like the guys are drawing the naked character? He's not naked, but it's like, so on one of the levels, there's a crack in the wall where you slide in and you slide for like a good 2 minutes. And when you get there, there's like these droids with like troopers, and they have like, it looks like they're, when you go to draw a naked person, the guy's standing still and they're drawing them. There's like a random Easter egg in it's pretty crazy. So my favorite Easter egg I've ever found in any game, we play this game called Victor. I can't remember. It's like a indie game called Victor Vaughn or something, or Victor Van. It's like this weird, like over the top, and you can like you hit chests and they open up, and you can upgrade your stuff, and you get stronger and stronger the more you play. You can play with friends. Well, you go into these like little dungeons, and randomly when you're walking by a dungeon, you can kind of see in the dungeon without going inside. We're all playing. There's like 4 of us, and we go past this dungeon, and all these like skeleton guys are doing Gundam style in
That's good.
in this random dungeon. We all kind of stop, and we're like, "What? Are they doing Gundam style in there?" And then when you go down there, you can't hear it because copyright, but you can see them doing it. To this day, I have no idea why it's even in there.
Yeah,
it was just, we were so heavy into this game, and then to see it, we all stopped and just started busting out laughing. Like, why would the creators put this in the game? You know what I mean? It was pretty funny. I had a good laugh on that one.
So a couple that came to my mind, like the first one that immediately came to my mind was like the Halo 2 skulls, like especially on the second level. I'm trying to remember what that level's called, but it's like the city, and you have to like grenade hop, and you get like out of the map, and you're like hopping on the buildings. Like I remember Xbox Live had just started, and I was playing with this buddy from school, and he was like, "Check this out. This is the coolest thing." So then he showed me, and I was like, "What? This is insane." And then you get the skull, and it turns your whole HUD off, and so you're just flying blind. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is in Jedi Fallen Order, there's a pretty funny Easter egg that I stumbled across, that it's in one of the levels, and there's this really hard jump that you have to do. But when you make it, you go in there, and it's like a Baby Yoda shrine where there's like a ton of Baby Yodas in there.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
They're like dolls of like Baby Yoda. So that was pretty cool. And I was like, what is this? Because I don't think
so random.
I don't think the Mandalorian had come out yet. So I was like, what is this Yoda shrine that was going on? But I think it was like a
pre-teaser. Yeah. Did you see in Black Ops? Did you ever see the Thor's hammer? In on one of the Black Ops missions, and I can't remember, I think it's part 2. You go over this hill, and then like you're in the jungle, and you go over this hill, and then you go down into like the camp. But if you go off to the left, there's these huge rocks, and if you go on the back of the rock, you can see Thor's hammer there. And then if you have to do something special, like kill like 3 people with 1 bullet or some random thing, and then you can go back to it, and Thor's hammer is like it's like shocking, it's going crazy like thunder, and then it just disappears. Like if Thor called it back, it's pretty tight. Yeah, I thought that was cool. Just like a random thing that nobody really explained.
Totally.
But did you play World at War?
Yeah, of course. That was like the it wasn't the first COD that I got into, but that was like the first like where I was like, oh, this is I'm in it for the zombies.
I didn't know about zombies when I beat the game. I remember beating the game like on a Thursday night, having to work the next day, beat the game, and I was like, hell yeah, I beat that. Went to the bathroom, came back, and I was like, what the hell is looking at the screen? And I was like, what the hell is this? And then I freaked out and called my buddy, and I was like, dude, once you beat it, there's zombies. And his name's Albert, and he's like, what? And dude, I think I stayed up for like the next like 6 nights just sitting in that one room. Yeah, dude, sitting in that one room where the box was, just rolling with Brownings and one dude watching that back window, and we just went to town, dude. Oh man, I can't wait for them to bring zombies back, like and give me the arcade classic zombies. None of this too nuts. I just want to play zombies and have some fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Classic zombies, man. That was where it's
yeah,
at.
man. Talking about classics, we can have a classic episode next week. Hopefully, everybody is back to 100%. Everybody's good. We don't sound like we ate a whole bunch of rocks and Matt's not dead. So once he comes back to life and my voice doesn't sound like crap, next episode will be a lot better and smoother. I'm glad. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Yeah,
me and Andrew talking crap and not being able to hear the rebuttal from Matthew.
Yes.
And us just crapping all over the Marvel world and crickets for Matthew.
I will say I was looking forward to hearing more about Matt's comic though. Like I was thinking about that. Like
I was too. And I came up with my idea too. I totally spaced that we were doing this for like a 5-episode thing. So I had to come out with it. And I was like, dude, I totally screwed up. And I was sitting in my work truck and I was like, I got it. And I want to drop it. And I thought I was going to be dropping it today or yesterday.
Not yet.
Nope. Now I gotta buff it out, and I got coming with that heat. I know I'm an episode behind. Scrap the game. We're coming out with the movie. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, I'm excited
banger.
For it. Yeah,
but Matt's comic was dope. I thought that was tight.
That was a cool concept.
Yeah. Don't tell him because then his head's already big enough, and we don't need it to get any bigger. And then he's like, "You're gonna call me the comic master now?
Yeah.
I'm the game master, the comic master." You know what I mean? Full of shit. But all right, boys. Thank you for everybody who's still here. All 3, 4, 5 of you. Thanks, Mom, Grandma, and my aunt. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment. If you're on Twitch, we're praying for likes, praying for a follow. We're trying to get to 50. If you're on Instagram, or if you go to our Instagram, please follow. If you go to Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast, a follow, a rate, telling us how good looking we are and funny. That definitely helps out the podcast. And if you don't, I hope you get a flat tire. So if there's somebody out there you don't know, say hi and hello. You guys have a good one. Take it easy. And we out.